in the last video, we learned how to create a parameter, right? Using this, click new parameter, and we have done and also loading the SQL server database. Now in this video, we're going to click on the manage parameter. But before that, right, we want to create in this video, I want to create a list of possible value in an Excel sheet, right? So there's an EM, there's an SC, there are server type. Now, what you do is that we're going to read from this Excel file, right? So let's see how to do that, right? Let's change that. Go back here, and right here, right there is we click on the manage parameters. But let's just say, let's just tell what does that mean that we have all these things, right? Is that this query result has many type of person, right? There's an employee, in, supplier, maybe we see just a short form, yeah. So like example, EM could be employee and so on. So now what we interested is that we want to only show a certain type. Now in the first video, we basically do is that we're only restricted to one value, and then we go to the view tab, advanced editor, and change this one to person, right? Person type. Okay, now this person type is exactly same with this, right? So click done. Now you can see that was EM. But what if I want to not just show EM, I need to pick a few more, right? How do I do that, right? And I don't want to mention here, so I want to control by the parameter. So how to do that is that I can go to the home, manage parameter. Now here, instead of using any, this has to be type, text type for this parameter type, right? It's matching this parameter type. And here we go for list of values, okay? And the current value can be remain EM, can be other things also can, right? So now let's just done that. Next, we're going to go to the new source, click Excel, and load the person type, right? The person type is just really just a few words, a list of value, right? Will be that complicated. So next is that we select this item. You can see that EN's XC is the same, and then click OK. Okay, and then in the column code here, I just put it as person type code, right? To differentiate it later, it's easier to see that way. Now, next thing is that we're going to go to the query, right click, choose create function. And the function, right, is just any means, right? So I'm just going to get person types. So click, and there is a several types, so that's why there's an S right there as well, right? Click OK. Now, next thing is that we're going to click on this worksheet here, and then select the add column, choose invoke custom function. Now we just create a function right here, right? So now we basically just go here and then give a name. The new name is called get persons types column. Okay, to differentiate, so you can see easier. Okay, so center, and then over here, person type is just right here, right? We only have one count, so it's just great, right? So and then click OK, and then you click continue, right? We talk about just click continue, and ignore privacy level, click save, and you're gonna have this data right here. Alright, so we done this step, right? You can see on the table. Now what happened is that the table here will only show EM and this one will only show SC, right? So what the next thing you can do is that you can click on, okay, before I expand it, right? That is a Power Query technique, right? So let's say here I have SC, but remember we also had IN type, right? So I just type IN right here outside the Excel file, right? And what happened is that it just comes with a home, and you click refresh and refresh all. And look at that, there's one more item right at the there, right? So usually change at the Power BI desktop here, right? You just need to change this file here, right here. Okay, so let's come back to here, right? Now, what the next thing is that we just basically want to select expand this and check the original whether it is person type, because it will be the same as the person type code. So click OK. Right there. Okay, so now we've done this step here, and we can go to the close and load. Close and apply type. Okay, so it basically has loaded into this visualizations, right? So now let's just change to say I want the I will choose a table. So I click on the table in the visualization. I select a table, and here I click on the first name, and the second is last name. Okay, so now the next thing is that I will create a slicer. So I click on the slicer first, right? Oops, I need to change it first, right? I click on somewhere outside and then click on the slicer. So I have another visualizations, and then over here, okay, I'll just choose the person type code, right? And I just check this person type code. So with fact, I don't need to use this. I think you can. Let's just go for here. Does it work? You can see that the name is not changing, right? Alright, so it cannot. So I don't want to use this one here. I create another table, and I'm going to use the one on my sheet one here, right? Let's go here. Right, so I click on this. So you can see it's changing, right? The name is just changing, and this one also changing. Now that's how cool is that, right? Now let's say here I will have just done remove one item, and I save it, and I come back to my Power BI, and I go to home, and I go to home and click refresh. Look at that, right now I only have two slices to work on it. Right? See that? This is how cool is that. Okay, so in this video you learn how to use a slice, create a list, a parameter, and then assign it as a, what do you call that, the Power as a custom function, right? So just click on this here, choose edit query. Right, so over here that you right click and you choose to create function. Since we already created a function, so we don't need to. And how we loaded the Excel, right, by using the new Excel, and then right after this, how we adjust it accordingly, right? So just right click here and go to the color, choose Invoke custom for actions and so on, right? So thanks for watching, right? And I hope this is very useful to you. And see you in my next video. God bless you, God bless us, and God bless Asia.